Hi everyone, I'm Seetal, and today I'll be addressing the question, can an employer be held liable for the theft of a client's goods by one of its employees? In terms of the common law, an employer can be held vicariously liable for damages caused by its employee when the wrongful act was committed within the course and scope of the employee's employment, or whilst the employee was engaged in any activity reasonably related to such employment. That's not where it ends though. Earlier this year, the Gauteng High Court had to consider whether an employer was liable for the wrongful act committed by the employee when the said employee deviated from its scope of work. In this particular case, the employee stole goods that the employer held in safekeeping for a client. The court relied on a September 2019 judgment where the Supreme Court of Appeal, the SCA, found an employer vicariously liable where its employee had acted intentionally and entirely for his own purposes. The SCA held that there was a sufficiently close link between the actions of the employee and the business of the employer. The employee, in their case, a security guard, had been provided with an override key for the purpose of inspecting the interior of a building. He used the key to facilitate the robbery of an individual who was working late in the building. In arriving at this decision, the court determined that our law should be further developed to, I'll quote this directly, recognize that the creation of risk of harm by an employer may, in an appropriate case, constitute a relevant consideration in giving rise to a sufficiently close link between the harm caused by the employee and the business of the employer. By applying these principles, the Gauteng High Court in the stolen from safekeeping case found that because the employee had unfettered access to the security cargo, its employer could be held vicariously liable for the damages suffered by its client as a result of the employee's unlawful act. These two judgments place a substantial onus on the shoulders of employers and the insurers. Keep this in mind when planning task allocation and responsibilities for employees. If you have further questions regarding vicarious liability or anything else law-related, please send your submissions to kbtv@caplins.co.za.